President-elect Donald J. Trump tweeted out a policy position, I guess, something he wants to do when he's in office. Take a look at the tweet. That tweet said, quote, "Nobody should be allowed to burn the American flag. If they do, there must be consequences, perhaps loss of citizenship or a year in jail." Okay. Alright, Don. Listen up. You are the president-elect of the United States of America. America was founded on freedom. The ability to do what you want to do as long as it doesn't physically harm anybody else. As long as you're not hurting somebody else physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever. That's my definition of American freedom. Doing what you want as long as you don't hurt or interfere with somebody else's life. The First Amendment covers flag burning. In 1989 and 1990, two different Supreme Court rulings came down that burning a piece of fabric, because that's ultimately what the American flag is. Burning a piece of fabric is protected under freedom of speech. Twice it came down. Twice in the Supreme Court, it came down as this is free speech. So this shows that, okay, maybe he is a little authoritarian. Maybe he is a little authoritarian in the fact that if he doesn't get his way, he'll just make a law to get his way. And so that's not a good thing, because if he does that, there's going to be no checks and balances that we have in the United States government. The Senate checks on the presidency, and the Senate checks on the House, or is it the Senate checks on the presidency and the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court checks on the president and the Senate. The president checks on everything is checks and balances related. Everybody counters each other in some way or another. But the problem is Donald Trump gets the Senate and the House. He is the president-elect, and he'll get a Supreme Court justice, meaning that there's no checks and balances. If Republicans so wanted to choose, there would be free reign on any policy, any idea that Republicans came up with, because they have control of all three branches of government. Second point, the First Amendment was specifically written to cover speech that hit a little too close to home. So if burning the flag makes you feel weird and you think you shouldn't do it, the First Amendment covers that, because that's what the First Amendment doesn't cover. Man, I really love having a nice warm tea in the afternoon. No, the First Amendment covers, I hate the government so much that I'm going to burn its symbol. I'm going to burn its national flag. That's how much I hate. You can't do anything about that. That's being tyrannical, and that's being everything that the Founding Fathers despised and hated about Great Britain. So the Constitution will cover him. But that moves on to my bigger point about this, is that the Constitution doesn't really affect Donald Trump. Does he really care about it? Because on the campaign trail, he discussed opening the libel laws so that if the media says anything bad about them, he can sue them. And we've already seen this happen. Bill Maher made a joke about him. He tried to sue Bill Maher. Jon Stewart made a joke about him. He tried to sue Jon Stewart. The Onion wrote a fake article, a parody article about him. He tried to sue The Onion. So where does it stop? Once you're president, you are the most powerful man, I would argue, in the universe. So where does it stop? Where does it stop? And not only that, but he's going to have NSA spying. That's a blatant attack on the Fourth Amendment. And with his freaking Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, who is 100% visibly against marijuana, and I don't really know Donald Trump's position on marijuana. Maybe he'll just let it go, because states have already approved that there's recreational marijuana, there's medical marijuana. Florida just got it. California just got recreational, I think. Colorado has had Washington has had recreational marijuana. They've seen an influx in revenue from the government because they tax and regulate it. But if Jeff Sessions really wanted to, because of the 10th Amendment, the Supremacy Clause, the federal law overrides state law and there's nothing you can do about it, they could overturn all of that. Recreational marijuana in Washington, in Colorado, and I think California, and medical marijuana in Maine, I think got it. Florida recently got it. Nevada recently got it. You know, all these places, all that could just be overturned because of the abuse of the 10th Amendment. And it's not really an abuse, it's written in like that. It's a supremacy clause. The federal government overrides state government. If they really wanted to, medical marijuana and recreational marijuana could be gone forever. So does the Constitution really apply to Donald Trump in his mind? I don't know. But like I said in the last video, we're going to hold him accountable to make sure that this doesn't happen. The Constitution is there for a reason, Don, and you're not about to step all over it because you think burning a piece of fabric offends you.